Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Live at 5 here at Old Town Quilt Shop in Orchid, California. Here are the ways that you can get a hold of us. Yes, I am on. You can shop 24/7 at our website at oldtownquiltshoporchid.com. You can also send us an email or give us a call. If you are here on the Central Coast, whether you live here or you're visiting and you want to come check out our shop, here's our address and our current hours. Monday nights 3 to 7, Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 4. We are closed on Sundays. Okay, the reason that this is important is because you can shop here. And then the email is important because you can send us any questions that you have. The shopping, we've got our 5 days of Christmas this week. So every morning this week, we've been talking about a new deal going on. And the best way to get that deal is to go onto our website and click on that. We've sold out of today. We sold out of yesterday. We've nearly sold out of Mondays. So it's going really well. But anything that we show on tonight's video, you can find here on our website. We also will send out our newsletter with links to everything as well. So the website's pretty important. It's got a lot of information on there. Okay, so let's get right to what we have this week. So just a few new fabrics, but this one is really cool. This one is called Grassroots, and it's by P&B Textiles. Now what it is meant to be is like grass cloth, that kind of traditional weave, woven look without the actual wovenness of it. It looks like it has all that really beautiful texture, but it just is a regular cotton. So we have it in 5 different colors. We have kind of this gray, and these are all tone-on tones. So we have a gray, we have what's called light green. It's kind of a sagey green. I don't know what this is. It's purple, but it's a gray purple. I'm not exactly sure what to call it. It looks more purple than it really is. It is not that vibrant. It's a very kind of grayed out purple. This one is called dark turquoise, or maybe it's dark teal. And then we have blue. But all of them have that really nice texture and that tone on tone. So you've got all the light colors and all the dark colors in there. Maybe if we pull back, we can get the real colors. They never just, the lighting in here, the light's right above and behind us, and so it kind of throws everything off. But in person, these are fabulous colors. They're pretty muted and toned down colors. They're not, bright, vibrant colors. So these are really great textures just if you need to add to something, pair them with something else, or even as a backing. These make great backings if you don't want something that's just plain. These are really nice for that. They give you some really good texture. And again, those are called Grassroots by P&B Textiles. Okay. Then we also have this really pretty collection called Vibrancy, and this is by Benartex. And I want to open this one out because it has a really cool pattern, and this just, it's a large, this is one of those kind of large print patterns. It's not really directional. It kind of is, but not. You can turn it every which way you want to, but it's got all these really big flowers that would be fantastic for fussy cutting. It's got these really cool feathers, so if you want to practice your quilting, your machine quilting, these would be kind of fun to follow those, to get used to using those. But anyway, it's called Vibrancy, and this is the feature fabric, and it's a charcoal background. And then we have all of the coordinates with it. So we have this kind of, this one is called Woodcut, and the color is Plum. So it's a, kind of a purpley color. And then we have the medallion in Aqua. And it's got kind of a green, a lime green in there, and then the aqua color and a little bit of that pink. And then we have the Woodcut again in Aqua. So the Aqua and the Plum make really nice coordinates. In fact, so remember this pattern that we were not too thrilled about the fabrics that were used, but the pattern itself is really great in different fabrics. So I whipped together today. When we got this fabric in, I realized it would be perfect for this tablecloth pattern. So it features this nice big print. You can fussy cut you wanted to, if you wanted to kind of center one of these medallions or one of these flowers, or whatever you wanted to do in there. I just randomly cut, so it is what it is. I didn't fussy anything. And then you add the coordinates. You could even have the pink up here, or you could have, you know, this and the blue, and then put the pink as the sashing. You know, there's a lot of different options that you can do with this. But I just wanted to kind of show you that sometimes you have to envision some of these patterns in other things. You know, the pattern is great. The cover, not so much. You know, it takes panels, but it also could just take a large print like we've used here. So it just looks, you know, much better. So if you want to try and envision, you know, something else. And they show it going both ways, so you could reverse this. I chose not to. I just did them all just this one way. But I just love how this worked up in there. So these will get quilted and bound, you know, within the next week or so. So we'll have these here in the shop so you can kind of see it in different ways. So. But these would make a great 3-yard quilt, a 5-yard quilt if you wanted to add another color. You could add white, or you could add black to this, or, you know, pick the lime green. Just a lot of fun. Again, with this nice large prints for fussy cutting or practicing your machine quilting. I just think it would be a lot of fun. We just really, really like these. They're a lot of, you know, it's Amanda Murphy, so it's cute. Okay, and then that was, again, Vibrancy by Benortex. Okay, for fabric, that's it. But we have a lot of things coming up in the next couple of months. So the first one is the Posh Sunflower class. So this is going to be on Saturday, January 20th from 10 to 4, and the cost of it is $35. And of course, you need the pattern, and then it uses the mini quick curve ruler by So Kind of Wonderful. So that is the pattern there. We do have a kit, so we have, you know, a quilt that looks pretty similar to this hanging up on the wall, but we did kit for the fabrics that we use. So if you were interested in, you know, doing the quilt and you think, oh, you know, I don't want to have to pick all those colors, we've already taken all of that out for you. We've done that. We do have another sample in another colorway that will get bound and be in the shop here the next few days. So if you need to envision this in something different, we do have that. We did it in pink and much lighter blue for the background. So a lot of different options with this. It doesn't just have to be a sunflower. It could just be, you know, a springtime flower and, you know, take on a totally different look. So that class is Saturday, January 20th. So you can sign up online for that. And it does, of course, require the mini quick curve ruler and the pattern. Okay, and then brand new in the shop is Eclectica. So we just put this quilt up yesterday. Now I know you can't see the size of it on camera. However, this quilt is big. However, it was made bigger than what the pattern calls for. Linda, who works here on Tuesdays, she made the sample for us, and she wanted it a little bit bigger, so she did add rows to it. So her sample is like 83 by 95. However, the pattern makes it 56 by 69 and a half. So it's, you know, a good throw size. But this is going to be a class on Saturday, February 17th from 10 to 4. It's $35 and you just need the pattern. There's no special tools required. This is a good class if you have never done partial seams. So this, you will use partial seams to put this together. Don't be afraid. It is really easy to do. Linda will walk you through how to do it. And then you will also learn how to put quilt blocks together on the diagonal. So if you've never done that, then you'll be able to do that as well. You know, she can show you how to do that. So this is a really good class, even for beginners, but you still must be, you know, comfortable with a 1/4 inch seam. So this one is called Eclectica, and this is the pattern. We just have a few right now, but we have more on the way. So if you miss out on getting the pattern, don't worry, we'll be getting more. And the class isn't until February. So, and it takes a layer cake. You can use a layer cake, which is 10-inch squares, or you can use fat quarters, or you can pull from your stash. You can make it scrappy. There's all kinds of different looks you can make it. You don't even have to have a dark background. You could flip it, and you could do a light background. You know, lots of different fabric choices for this, you know, possibilities on this one. So this one is called Eclectica. Okay, and then we have something that I personally am really excited about. Some of you might know that I like Hallmark movies. And I sit there every single weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, I sit there and I watch Hallmark movies. So I got this idea from a Hallmark movie. There was a show where they had elf-capades, and so every night, like in the town, they had something going on, and one of them happened to be called a pajamboree, and they all went shopping in their pajamas, and I'm like, oh, why don't we have sewing in our pajamas? So we are going to have a pajamboree. So it's super exciting. It's going to be a 2-day event. It's on a Wednesday and a Thursday, and we're going to sew in our pajamas. So you got to come in your pajamas, appropriate pajamas, no teddies. You can bring teddy bears, but please no skimpy little teddies. It'll probably be cold, so you're going to want your warm fuzzy flannels anyways. So it's going to be Wednesday, January 31st and Thursday, February 1st. It's the 2 days together. We'll sew in our pajamas. We're going to have included in the cost of the class or the cost of the event is going to be a pattern that you can do. One of us will be working on the pattern during the event. You can do it as well if you want to, do it along with us, or you can just work on your own thing, that's fine. We will also have kits available for the pattern if you want to, do the same thing that we're doing. We'll probably have different colorways of the kits, or you can, use your own scraps or whatever you want to do. Also, on the evening of Wednesday the 31st, we're going to do a baked potato bar for dinner. So we'll provide that, but we're asking for a potluck dessert. So just bring a dessert that you want to share. It can be cookies or cupcakes or, whatever your favorite, throw it in a pan and pop it in the oven kind of a dessert is, but bring the recipe to share. And then Thursday, we will do a kind of a show and tell. So we'll show what everyone's been working on and all the fun things that we've done. We might even have prizes and games. And because it's going to be a Wednesday evening, and how we do our Wednesday live at 5, we'll be doing our live video from the pajamboree. So that's going to be a lot of fun because we'll see everybody in your pajamas. There's a fly flying around, buzzing around everybody. Okay, so pajamboree, and now it is limited space. So please sign up for this soon. We have another one scheduled in July. So if you don't get into the January one, don't worry, we'll have another one in July. So probably we'll be able to wear a little bit shorter pajamas. We won't have to wear our cozy flannels, but we'll have a good time with that one as well. So I'm excited about the pajamboree. So that's what's coming up. We also have a By Annie trunk show coming up in January. That's going to be, I think it's January 15th. It's a Monday during the day, and we're going to show some of the By Annie samples. We're getting them actually from the company and show them to you guys and kind of see what things we want to make later on in the year. I just placed all the orders for those models, so I'm pretty excited. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next few months and further on next year. So definitely stay tuned to our Live at 5s. If you don't already get our newsletter every week, then sign up for the newsletter. This week it's every single day, but this is the only week that we do that simply because of the 5 days of Christmas. So okay, so I hope you guys have a great evening, and we will see you right back here at 9:30 tomorrow morning for the 4th day of our 5 days of Christmas. Have a good night.